We can do.
I told my mom we were streaming, so she might come by.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I mean, have you guys noticed the occasion when, like, I don't know if you guys have seen my mom and them have, like, popped in there every now and then, too. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom has not missed a single one of my streams, dude. A single one of my solo streams.
oh, I was about to say, so, like, during therapy, when she sees us in here, me in here acting crazy, because, like,
Oh no, she she might tonight. I told her where to find your page, so
sounds good to me, my
we will
friend.
see.
What's up, Tank? What's up, Goat?
What up, Tank? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Flick? Well, why'd I
What's
call
up,
you Flick
everybody?
if Ghost called you Goat? What's up? I don't know why I did that. I just chose the first name. I was like, Ghost called him Ghost, so I'm gonna call him Flick.
Once again, 50-50 shot, guys. 50-50 shot.
See? Don't be reversing.
It's always just in my head. You know what's crazy? Ever since like all the stuff we figured out, dude, everything I watch is just like I'm like, oh, that's One Piece. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's like Loki. Oh, that's Goku. Wow, I'm crazy.
You literally can't enjoy another single piece of media because of One Piece.
Well, that's the
Without
thing.
critically thinking about One
Without
Piece
critic-
at the same
I
time.
can because like the thing is like, bro, I get really excited. Like I'm like, oh, that's the One Piece. Damn, I really do know it. I keep getting excited over and over it again.
Here, I'll be back in just a minute.
You're good, man.
And take your time.
Shamrock is not a fraud. Oh, who knows? At least.
Take your time. Shamrock is not a fraud. Yeah, he is. I'm gonna take a fat bowl. I know that.
I'm taking a.
E, what are you wearing? That's fire. That is drip.
I always wear the pimp cape on Theory Piece.
Bro, I need me one of those. What the fuck?
I got the purple pimp cape for Brooke, and then I just need to get a yellow boa and a top hat, dude.
Yeah, no, that's goated. That is goated. What's up, Space? How you doing? No, I can't tell you the One Piece, my friend. Can't happen. LOL, how are you doing? What does sham mean? It means a fake, a scam, a trick. Oh, you're done. What's up, Dustin? 11:50. Any predictions? Yeah, we'll get to them in a bit here.
How was everybody's day? Great, Joe. My day was pretty good. It was all right, honestly. It was all right. I'm happy to be on Theory Piece. Happy to be streaming.
Oh man.
We're both.
I was getting my lungs ready for 30 piece. Welcome to Theory Piece.
Welcome to Theory Piece, everybody.
Bro, I said that and my throat dried out instantly.
All right.
It's a good thing I have this entire container of juice under me.
That's what I.
Oh man, anyways, welcome to Theory Piece, my friends. How are we doing? It's Friday, late night Friday, as we told you guys. We might be starting a little bit later, and it's one of those nights. We're closer to a 9 p.m. start. Now, where's Ghosty right now? I'm not sure. He's probably... I don't know. We're not going to assume what he's doing. But he's doing his thing. So as for... And then this cop's still kicking my ass. As for Drac, I'm pretty sure he's still stuck on the ship. So... we should be hearing from Drac soon. Aside from that, y'all know me. E, you introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mr. E. For those who do not know, happy to be here as always. Welcome. We'll give Quell a chance to breathe for a minute. You good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're
All
definitely
right.
good. We're good.
Did y'all take some laughing mushrooms? No, we
No.
started coughing. We started coughing at the same time, and
We were, I don't know, before this we were also chatting and we were just laughing and having fun, so, yeah.
it just be like that. It just carried over.
Is Vivi free yet? Yeah, she's out. No, where's she at? Get off of that. You peed on it. It's not clean. I don't know where you're going. You can lay back down. You're not free. Mister, lick yourself and get rashes. You lay down right there. You pee on that. It needs to be clean.
I like that user. I like the username on Twitch, the Bodyguard. That's you're goated for that.
Your name is
username.
good. Oh yeah, but I I saw a question about 1158 predictions. Do I have any off the top initially? No, but based off seeing the chapter that we got, like the hint for the chapter, it's going to be about Roger and Rox. Specifically, their clash, their battle. Ghost, you just missed in a moment of me just dying and laughed my ass off along with E. But welcome back, my
We
friend.
both took some strong hits. evil Yart, and Evil Bowl tonight.
See, I think 1158 will be great. I just don't. I think 1158 might be great for power scalers. I don't know if it's going to be an amazing lore chapter here, but we'll see. I feel like Oda's just kind of playing around right now. These few chapters are like, it's been nice. Finding out small bits and pieces, but he's playing around too much for me. I need to. Let's get back to the. Let's get back to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah, it's like I think 1158 is just going to continue to be a build up a little bit more. Just get more combatants on the island. Get Garp to show up on God Valley and get the combatants in there, all in the arena. And then I feel like by 1159 or 1160, we'll finally get Roger and Rox clashing.
Yeah.
But that is.
I mean, shoot, I'm expecting to see within this chapter their like first initial class. 'Cause it's like when they're showing up to God Valley, you know, Roger's like, hey, it's been a whole year since then. So I would assume like we're at that point right now in this chapter. Maybe Rox.
Right, like rivalry established.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
expecting
well,
to see-
rivalries established, but part of me is just like, how long is it going to take them to find each other on the island? You know, like,
I mean, I'm expecting to see
they're-
Rox body him.
oh yeah, I know they're like heading straight for each other. I just don't know how long that's going to take in One Piece years.
I mean, true. Plus, it'll be crazy to see like all the matchups they have. Plus, I'm curious to see if we're gonna learn more about Barbell because Sunbell was on Roger's crew. Barbell was with
Right.
Rox. Are they brothers? Are they fucking brothers? I need to know who this son of a bitch Barbell is. I need to see his hair again. I need to see. Wait, Barbell
Yes.
wasn't in the last chapter, right? Like we didn't see him at all.
No, he was not.
Yeah, I need to see him this next chapter and see what his hair looks like, what he's doing. Because again, at God Valley, he's got a buzz cut. He's got a zero. He's got no hair. So this fiery hair shit that's going on right now, something's amiss here.
He's got that cadet haircut.
Damn right. What up, Ken? How you doing, my friend? The last chapter really supports the idea that Rox, Roger, and Garps were close. Oh yeah, I would assume they were probably close, especially with Roger knowing about Garp himself. Not Roger, Rox knowing about Garp himself and his capabilities. Shamrock fights Zoro and Elbaf. Shamrock is gone, so no.
Yeah, I don't think Shamrock's coming back into the narrative quite yet. He was just being teased to be put in the back pocket for final war activities.
Right.
I genuinely think
Show that he exists and immediately take him away.
yeah.
No, but that's how you do a big bad villain right there. Like that's how you do a video game terms, I guess, like the final boss's subordinate. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
Dude, I
That was a
genuinely
really
think
good
he
way
did
of
that
setting
shit
it
for
up.
more confusion, though. Think about it.
Oh yeah.
Shanks,
Oh,
really important
absolutely.
kid. Like, think about it. With everything going on with learning about Rox right now, if Shamrock did not exist, think about how many people would be looking directly at Shanks right now. He gave us Shamrock, like, hey, this guy exists, and took him away. So no one would, like, everyone would be focused on Shamrock. Who is he? And now you're not even thinking
and
about, like everything Rox is doing. He's mimicking Shanks' attacks, same looks. Oh my god.
And Shamrock also. I mean, he already caused confusion with Loki before. I mean, you know, just attacking him outright, and him noticing that it's not the same red hair. Because at first he was like, "Are you? Wait, you're not the same red hair," you know. But that creates just another layer of confusion in and of itself for everybody in the One Piece world, and it's beautiful that Oda decided to introduce it now when we're so close to the end game, and everything getting thrown in our faces is already extremely confusing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Oda, like, he's just like right now. This chapter is just smoke screen, imagery bomb, smoke screen after smoke screen.
Yeah.
Like, remember again? I like to talk about when Wano, Gear 5 drop that ended, right? So everyone's looking for the gods at that point. So Oda had to find ways to get us off the fact of looking at the gods. So he introduced a bunch of big different groups at the time. Like, boom, Green Bull gets introduced with specifically the Woods fruit, New Admiral. Okay. Then he throws his cross guild right at our face. Then Big Mom and Kaido team up. Something's going. Not Big Mom and
There's
Time.
too much happening.
Big,
Not Big Mama Kai.
that was
They're
that was
defeated
prior.
at the same
They're
time.
defeated. They're defeated at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's what I said. Team up.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the lead up to it. But yeah,
Defeated, yeah.
but you get what I'm saying. Like we were getting the whole establishment of like we got the new establishment of the Emperors of the Sea. So everyone's like, okay, this person probably represents this god. There's this god, but then we also have the players of the Revolutionaries. Because if we're looking at Green Bull as a Marine, we're gonna look at Revolutionaries too as Dragon as that wind god. So we were so scattered upon who these gods were, but that's exactly what this shit feels like right now. It feels exactly the same, like the same type of hunt,
And then putting out the mural, like
Then mural drop. Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Answers.
just when you think you have everything. Oh, by the way.
yeah. By the way, here's this.
Bushido, thank you for the follow over on Twitch, my friend. Good to see you. You think Rox and Garb grew up together? I'm of the same thought actually. It's something I had actually posted a video over on TikTok, not on YouTube. But yeah, I'm of the same thought with you, my friend. Whether it was his brothers, half brothers, or in the same village, they grew up together. That's the one thing I've been following.
Yeah, proximity.
And there's
Absolutely.
just, like-
That's all that matters. That's all. Proximity.
And there's just like there's surmounting dialogue evidence that suggests that the three of them have known each other for much longer than we anticipated originally. Just little things adding up that lead to them
Yeah.
being like Roger and Whitebeard Sokka brothers type deal,
Yeah, like
or the Sabo, Ace, and Luffy of that generation.
Well,
Sebek
that's why.
being so like, oh yeah, Garp, that guy is just like Garp being like, oh, dragon. Like it's the same energy, right? Like they're different factions, should be opposing, but it seems like they're very like chummy or at least very nonchalant towards each other.
Oh,
In
excellent.
that
The sub.
regard,
Thank you.
like obviously they're gonna clash if they have ever meet, which is to be expected. But like when they're talking about each other, it's like, you're talking about a shitty brother, or
Yes, exactly.
like yeah, I'll punch him when I see him, but he hates top brass. He may as well just be doing what I do.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
There's
talking
just
about-
surmounting dialogue evidence.
And I think that goes back to an idea that could possibly come into play to where I talk about, like, how the powers dilute. I was looking into the fact of, like, okay, everything we talked about, like the Demon King being reborn and next Sun God being rebirthed. I was like, okay, if that's the case, wherever the Sun God or the King resided, that's where the Holy Land or considered the kingly land is at the same time, right? Would it not? So that land should be destroyed too, along with the lineage there, and it also should always be rebirthed in a different place. And I was going down this like whole little tangent of the fact of, and then my mind blanked. We love when that happens.
It happens to the best of us, dude. I literally backtracked an entire thought during last theory piece. Like,
Oh, it'll come back to me in like, I don't know, between 5 and 10 minutes. we'll see when it comes
Like
back.
a ticking time bomb.
It's always like, dude, it's always like throwing a boomerang with my thoughts. Like I throw it out there, it starts going, and I gotta wait for it to get back to me to start talking about it again.
I understand. It's all good.
What's up? What's up, Trim? How are you doing?
Trim. What's up, Yan?
Bushido says, "I think there are two sun gods. Yeah, there's it's either there are two sun gods or there's one sun god getting attributed to both creation and destruction myths, and there's actually a lot to deep dive into there. But yeah, that's the prevailing theory, is that there are either two sun gods, one false god, and one real god, and then what was the other part that I was saying? Or that there was one story or two stories being attributed to the same,
How about 3?
Yeah,
God.
like two conflicting beliefs about the same god.
right?
How about 3?
Well, fair. If we
Like
want to talk
one-
about three sun gods.
Like one true
Oh, yeah,
sun god, one fake sun god, one recreation of the sun god. It's like like the sun god basically being recreated, but also it's like the fake and the real combined together. That third perfect sun god, like the actual, what Luffy technically would be.
See, I've always kind of thought of it as like the false god,
Thank you
not
for the
even
follow, by the
necessarily
way.
being as like yes, thank you for the follows. But I always think of it as the moon god is the false sun god, and I know this is gonna sound so I don't know if this is gonna sound far fetched or not, but the the end game being that Nika is one half, the moon god is the other half, and they come together for like an eclipse. And I know that sounds so strange and just so surface level, but that's what it feels like to me, is that it's a missing piece of a god, and that's what Nika feels like, is an incomplete god to me.
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
kind of what I've dove into with like the Birth of Stars and stuff like that. But more recently with Heart of Gold, like I've said, Olga has that symbol on her shirt, which is basically just the Gomu Gomu stacked on top of the Yami Yami. And if you look at those two fruits together, but separately, it's like you have the mythical model, which has the Paramecia Zoan aspects, and then below it is
The Logia.
obviously the Logia, completing it, bringing it all into one.
That's what I just recently talked about too. The fact that like the dark side of the Nika fruit, they both basically how Bushido says there's two sun gods. I would agree with that. That like Luffy and Blackbeard, they both basically have each other's powers, just opposite on a minute level. So Luffy's got that darkness within him, which is that Logia-like aspect. He has that ability still. It's just the tiniest level that he has to unlock, which is unlocking that dark side. And then like think about the impact frames we were seeing that were hinting towards it too. That like dark ethereal like form, which I think also ties back into the Abyss too, and the creation of the Abyss Ghost, which is big. Because specifically, when it comes to like a specific part of the Abyss, I think when it comes to the One Piece, I think there's different types of Abyss. Like we have the Gorosei, their type of the Abyss they go through, what we just call those celestial paths. But then there's
I think there's 3 chambers.
aha. Thank you. We'll use that 3 fucking chambers. Thank you, Ghost. Austin, thank you for the goats, my friend. So.
Oh, thank you.
We'll say one chamber is the celestial chamber, right? One's the chamber for the dead souls, but the other chamber is the chamber to the underworld, essentially, or the chamber to the One Piece. And the only person who can access that chamber is Nika. He's the one who created it, essentially. He put it basically, it's 3 original gods were given a chamber, and basically no one can enter it unless you're given permission by that god. No matter who the fuck it is, no matter what spell you do, no matter how, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Speak, friend, and enter.
exactly. So the
friend of
poneglyphs
Enter.
are essentially a way to basically you need the poneglyphs and Nika essentially to open up that doorway to get to where that One Piece is or where that last treasure is. It's a specific gateway. That's why no matter what Imu does, they can't get to it unless they recreate Nika's specific power.
And since Emu has no friends, the gate to the abyss is forever closed. Dun, 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 dun.
Move right. Thank you for the rose, my friend. Kid is the other sun god. I'm curious why you think that, Bushido. I'm all for listening, my friend. Will his scepter be key to that? I think the scepter is going to be key. We were talking about that a while ago, and I wish Drac was here because he loves talking about that goddamn scepter. But when we apply it to Robin specifically, I believe specifically too, that she's going to be the one to wield that scepter. And the scepter is probably another treasure that they have within the Holy Land. I think there's like multiple treasures and weapons that we see yet to be seen used. One being a scepter and another being a trident has yet to come into play. And it's not the one that Emu has. Emu has some black weird trident. If you look in the mirror, the Neptune has a trident. Fukaboshi, Mamaboshi, Ryoboshi, which are the 3 brothers of Shirahoshi, they have tridents. Shirahoshi has no trident, but in the mirror she has one. So I feel like that's a big holy treasure that we're going to be looking at too. Not the holy treasure of the Holy Land, but one of the big ones. There's multiple treasures.
A big golden trident.
Hell yeah. Joe, thank you for the goats. Austin, for the goats from you. Move right. Thank you from the goats too, my friend. I appreciate you guys. Oh, man.
Joe and Austin are about to pull on you what they pulled on me last night.
And to the people here on TikTok, just to remind you guys and let you guys know, if you wanted to be able to type longer questions or longer thought out theories, I recommend coming over to the Twitch chat. It's just Monkey D. Quill over there. Or stay here. You're welcome to do as you please. Just wanted to let you guys know that option is available. Shirahoshi gonna get the trident? Oh yeah, we definitely believe that. What's up, Common Sense?
Also, over on Twitch, you can redeem your tokens in the chat for questions, and they are highlighted questions that you can ask in the chat, so we'll see them a lot easier.
I think I can add other types of tokens too. So like, I'm gonna add like ghost tokens and like E tokens. A Dracula token.
I was gonna say Shirahoshi gets the trident and Vivi gets the scepter.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, Ishmael, you made it properly, dude. You're all good. We're only 20 minutes on the theory piece. You got time, my friend. We're just getting started and getting warmed up here, so you're all good.
Bleh tokens.
Bleh tokens. Those sound bad.
They sound amazing. Bleh.
Okay, so when
I
ZKI,
don't know.
what will happen to Luffy and Blackbeard's body? How will Blackbeard steal Imu's power? So I believe after the whole ZKI incident happens, we're going to see a separation of Luffy and Blackbeard from that body that they had been combined into. And once that happens, we're going to see Blackbeard essentially just walk up to, it's like collecting a soul for him. That's all it is. The world's already going to be darkened at that point, so that's why the soul can be out and exist in the first place and be seen. So he's just like collecting a soul. That's all. ZKI, what I miss? I just have a theory that, like, not essentially he's going to fully, like, Zoro kills Emu and she dies. No, but I have a theory that Zoro's going to behead Emu. A lot of their heads. Zoro's going to behead the shit out of Emu. And it follows the story of the mythical dragon Yamato Orochi, the Japanese yokai.
Oh yeah. But then also kind of would parallel Orochi getting beheaded by Denjiro.
Denjiro too. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Denjiro, Denjiro who wore
is
Mu.
Nasjiro a fucking traitor? Is he waiting? Is it Nasjiro?
Ooh. Dude, the thing is, I think we have multiple traders. I think we have multiple traders in their own rights. They all betrayed Emu in their own different
Probably.
sense. That's what I'm going with. I think the biggest trader we have is Mars for sure. Like he's been doing it for the longest. But they all at one point have been betraying Emu slowly and quietly in a sense. The only one who I think hasn't done it.
Nasjiro feels like the ninja with the long earlobes, like the super loyal to the end, like
Fukurochi.
loyal to the soil.
Oh yeah, him
Yeah.
and one other one, Jupiter. I feel like that's why I feel like they kept lying to him about everything. They kept telling him, and he's the one that's sweating and scared of Emu's wrath. They lied to him because he'll snitch. Like he's a fucking snitch. Like
Maybe that's the problem with the shepherds, and that's why like Sommers is a holy knight. Because I'm trying to figure out like, okay, if they're all like bastard children or some like weird offset of the family, if like he's even more unhinged than like regular celestial dragons, they're even like, we don't want him around.
well, think about the entire.
Give him a leash.
Well, think about the entire story too about like Saint Shepherd Jupiter being crucified. I mean Saint Shepherd or Jupiter him being crucified upside down. But the story's down in reverse, so that didn't happen. So flip it up. He's like that like he should be a good.
Well, and he's the one giving the crowns of thorns, right?
Exactly. Like he's got the good person name, but no, he's the bad person here in the story. Like he should be bad. Like I'm pretty sure he's the worst of them all. Like that's
Well, like they wouldn't even want Doflamingo back at this point, right? So like even if it's against their best interests, you know, you go to the Holy Knights, you have a Bismarck, you're essentially on a leash, and I can kill you at any point I want. So.
Oh yeah, especially another big thing too is the fact that he's a sandworm doom. Like I think that he had the biggest transformation that just screams the fact that he's evil as shit. It's an ever-devouring creature that has no soul, just a sensation for hunger. Like I was reading up on the sandworm from mythology. I haven't took the time to read up on it from the Dune story and not watch the movie. Read up on it because there's a little more lore to the creature. Those things are fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Huh? You're telling me like, how do I put it, bro? Like. One of its tooth just fits in here. It's just like, just for the fun of it. Just, hey. Just like, what? Yeah, nah. That thing's fucking huge.
Like, you're just massive.
You're just huge. Get out of here.
You're yucky.
The Dune rabbit hole is amazing. Oh, yeah, I had to pull myself out of it. It was like quicksand. And again, it's a desert show, so that tells you how good it is.
Brook's gonna awaken his fruit in Elbaf. Oh.
Do you think?
I think he's gonna do that in the Marie Joie arc, and he's gonna have to like play a certain song, like to get to like a next chamber or something like that.
I don't know what Brook's Awakening would be. I would think it would.
Souls. Big
Yeah,
Mom.
just accessing the souls of the dead.
The opposite of Big
I mean,
Mom.
I've thought about his like actual awakening, but what would cause it is something more to think about.
The need to save Gonko.
That's
The
kind of
Straw
what I was
Hat.
going
The
with.
death of it. Or, here's my thing, the death of a Straw Hat. Making sure their soul didn't escape so they could be brought back to life.
Could be.
And specifically, one in specific who I think would be big for his story, Frankie. Especially if he were to get turned into a robot, need to put his soul, get placed into it. Imith recreated. Because one thing I was looking at, dude, is the fact that the Imith in the mural, that's not Frankie. Frankie's not that fucking big. Why would Frankie ever be that big? It's the Sunny. Giant robot. It's the fucking Sunny.
Didn't I talk about, I think I talked about that on stream last night.
Did you? Oh, shit.
I think so.
Well, hey,
I think so.
synchronization. It's the fucking, that robot in the mural, bro, that's the Sunny, bro. I'm like, what? That's like, and I was like rewatching a bunch of different animes. I was like, okay, every anime probably pays homage to Kamen Rider and Power Rangers. And I was like, where can I find that? Obviously, Gurren Lagann, Gundam. But then I was like, Black Clover. The Black Bulls, their hideout's a giant bull Gundam. Okay, I'm done. I win. We're getting a Gundam at some point. It's probably going to be the Sunny.
I think I've made the point before that it's a callback to Thriller Bark. First of all, with when they literally made the Straw Hat Gundam out of the Straw Hats themselves, and was it Zorro that wouldn't do it or something? I can't remember.
It was Robin who wouldn't do it.
Yeah, Robin that wouldn't do it. And so that it would just be a callback for him to have rigged the Sunny to be able to do that, and each of the Straw Hats get their own compartment, and Robin just gets one where she gets to chill out.
I mean,
and not actually have to participate.
And then think about the upgrades for Frankie. He just gets bigger and bigger as the, like, just think about it. We got Frankie, and then we got General Frankie. Then you got General Frankie. Wasn't there another one that I think it's Tank Frankie? Then that goes inside the Sunny. It's just a giant robot upgrades, you know?
Russian nesting doll of Gundam upgrades.
And I really wasn't sure because like Ghost was the one who brought the idea, but we weren't really pushing it until Vega Force 1. Yeah, it's over with. Yeah, we got you. Because we saw him in the Good and Bad timeline where we saw like a robot Frankie, like a battleship Frankie. But the Vega Force 1, a robot that can fly, yeah, we got you. Thank you, Yoda. It's a little bit of foreshadowing for us. Especially because it's called the Vega Force 1. The Sunny has the number 1 on its side. I was always wondering why that was just... Obviously, the docking station Swift, so it's docking station 2, 3, and 4, but it always is number 1 just sitting there.
Cooking.
Mecha Sunny. Yeah, that's what we call it. Mecha Sunny.
Hold on. Let me fill in for Drac. Message.
Bleh.
Oh, man. I miss Drac. God damn.
Oh, you take me out. Where are you, Drac? Where are you?
Come back.
Come back.
Dock safely.
Is there a limit to Luffy's imagination power in Gear 5? Yes, 100%. Now, in like what I think of it is going to be his final form, Gear 7, fuck no. It's like, imagine you give a guy who has the power of imagination, like Grimmy from Bleach, give him mushrooms. It's over with. We all lose. So that's what Luffy is. That's what I believe his power amounts to. Whoa! Austin with the sub. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah!
That's 2 out of... I think that started a sub wave. I didn't even know that would start that. I think 2 out of 5. All right, cool. 39 out of 58 for the goal. We're almost there. Does that mean Vegapunk will help Frankie build the Sunny into a Pluton? I don't know if Vegapunk's going to help, but like I think Vegapunk will play a part. I don't even think Frankie's going to try and make it into Pluton because Pluton already exists as we know. Like Pluton exists. So if anything, it's an upgraded version of Pluton. It's the next Pluton. So Pluton was the king of hell. Sunny would technically be the king of the sky. So the Sunny would be the next Uranus. If we're being honest. It would technically be the next recreation of Uranus. Powers of the souls take within... Actually, the Pawpaw fruit makes a lot of sense for that damn ship now. Like, it makes a ton of sense to just get the Pawpaw fruit now, when I think about it.
On the way it's depicted in Enel's like hieroglyphics there, that ship that they had has like the flower in it. The Sunny's mane is essentially the flower, right?
100%. Damn. Yeah, that's a great theory. Fuck yeah. Kogarasu Manu, name of Zoro's next sword. Mr. E knows what I'm talking about. Where'd you guys pull that name from?
I can't exactly remember where we pulled the name from, but we did talk about the idea of Zoro's next sword. I would have to actually pull up our messages on that.
I have an idea for the color of it, but the name, I'm curious. Oh, but sword. Speaking of names,
was it the Japanese Chaos God? Is that sword? hold on. Go ahead with your thought, Quell.
No, I was gonna say, speaking of sword names, I am pretty sure, or like I've never been more certain, the sword name of the giant sword in Elbath, not in Elbath, the one in Elbath, and the sword's name is Gecko. Just pretty sure. Geko.
What's up, TikToker?
What's up, TikToker?
Oh,
How you
here
doing?
TikToker.
he was asking me about Zoro's next sword, and I'll just read what I said here. I think I can stand by this a little bit, but I've given it more thought. But as
What's
it
up, Izzy?
stands, I don't think Zoro needs a sword upgrade due to his sheer confidence and power with what he has. We also forget often that in terms of the story, Zoro just got Enma something like a month or two ago, because from Wano to Egghead traveling is about 2 weeks by itself. Narratively, it doesn't make sense for him to have a new sword quite yet, and Enma is overpowered as hell as it stands, and he just learned that he has Conqueror's Haki. So,
And he's not
He's
getting
on
rid
beat.
of the Watto, and the Curse Blade he
Yeah.
has to like overcome too, right? It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. And then I said I love the idea of him obtaining this ancient like first sword, because that's what we were talking about, was the first blade of the gods. And that I love the idea of this ancient first sword that stands above the rest and was blessed by the gods as they would relate directly back to Nika and the other gods, but without more dialogue or panels to go off of. We between 7 days and Zoro or anything about a blade blessed by the gods, then we got to keep looking, keep it up.
Joe! We appreciate you for the 5 subs, buddy.
Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Joe.
No, E, you're good.
for some reason I thought you were like wanting to add in. You're just like, yes, swords. Swords.
Swords. Yeah.
No, dude, I heard a lightning strike in my
thank you,
ear.
Joe. Thank you very much.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, man, he's gonna be so excited to talk about some swords in a second.
I know.
Austin, thank you for the good night, my friend. I appreciate you for coming by. Oh man.
I
Harush
told
coming
Austin
back?
that
Yes.
I told Austin that if he was right about Zoro getting a new sword very soon, then he could come into my live and tell me I told you so for 60 seconds straight.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I think you're gonna find this very interesting. The seraphim in the Bible, it means snake. Aha.
What?
So,
Elaborate,
the
because I'm
word-
about to start Googling.
well, don't go Google. Go get a Bible. Fuck that. You can't. Listen, I had to do the same. I was like, there's no way. Listen, so the seraphim, they're like, because Google will tell you the seraphim are only mentioned once in the Bible. Bullshit. It's mentioned 3 different times, and the other 2 times they're mentioned, the only thing they're associated with and talked about is a fucking snake. I have it here in my notes. I kid you not. I was doing the deepest of deep dives. Listen, I got a lot of
Oh,
shit.
yeah, it says 6 times mentioned 6 times in the Bible, all within the book of Isaiah, specifically in chapter 6. That is what Google says.
Fuck Google. 3
Fuck
times.
Google, gotcha.
3 times snake. 3 times, 2 of them snake. And I believe it was in the book of Revelations. Oh man, I want you to know too. You guys know how much I don't like having to go through the Bible. So like, this is not fun for me at all. Like, I did not enjoy this. It was not-
Actually, it's actually a book of Revelation. It's not Revelations.
Oh, my bad.
Singular.
No, I'm just it.
But like,
Yeah.
okay, so this
that
should
was
make it.
something they hammered into us in Sunday school.
There was a second kind of demon that's also mentioned, right? They were described as being powerful locusts, so like bug-like creatures. They had the body of a horse, which makes me think of Nostro. Gold crowns, so kingly type people, which makes me think of them being 5 elders in Gorosei. A man's face, which, I mean, they're all... A woman's hair makes me think of Marcus Mars. They had lion's teeth. Breastplates like iron, which makes me think of Warkery. Loud wings. And then the scorpion tail, which I don't know who to associate that one with.
Do you remember when we talked about the Seraphim a few weeks ago on Theory Piece? And that we discovered what it is that they are like, what their purpose is in heaven? We talked about how it was,
There's the seraphim, there's the cherubim, And then there's the anointed cherub too, who's just basically Joy Boy, who we can talk about in a second too.
But the seraphim is one classification of angels that the archangels also fall under. So the archangels being Lucifer, Michael, Gabriel, and I know I'm forgetting another one, but those are the archangels. And when Lucifer fell, he was the
Oh yeah, another one was
archangel of
Azazel too. I'm
worship.
pretty sure he was another one of those too.
Azazel I think he was a prince of hell. I think that's Azazel.
No, that's after. That's after. Azazel used to be one form. They were
after.
basically called the Watchers. Essentially, that's what they were called, the Watchers, which is basically like a second class of them.
Okay. And then after Lucifer fell, he was the archangel of worship, and so the rest of the seraphim who didn't have, named designations were left in heaven to worship God forever, like filling in the place of Lucifer, which is actually what we are supposed to do according to the Bible, but that's neither here nor there, I guess.
So I mean,
That is all.
I was jumping through a bunch of shit, and I was just trying to find out the different classifications of demons. So I was going through the Legacy of Solomon, which I talked about people yesterday in my stream. But then I went through the Bible, because obviously the Bible has some mentions of its demons. So I was kind of really just trying to find the different classifications of angels and demons specifically. So I found about the cherubim, the Watchers, Azazel being one of those archangels that we were talking about, and it specifically stated that Azazel and the Watchers are the ones who broke the barrier and came down. And the Watchers were just a class of angels under them, essentially, but they were a class of angels that essentially were tied to demons. So they were like demonic angels, as it's described, and they're the ones responsible for creating the Nephilim, which are the Nephilim, which are the giants, the hybrids that we talk about, the first humans of the world. And then it continues to talk about the fact that the anointed cherub, which fucking is interesting, right? Because this was it's stated to be God's most beautiful creation, and it looked like many precious stones, and could create beautiful music. We're already getting somewhere deep there. But then it goes on to say he was in Eden, and in the book of Genesis, this is the snake. So you know how they have the Adam and Eve and the snake. I mean Adam and Eve, and then the snake. This is the snake it's talking about, but the snake is actually considered the anointed cherub, and he's the one who.
Luffy is Satan.
Exactly.
Luffy is Satan.
And he's the one who eventually
We were just talking about
sins.
this with Joe.
And he's the one who eventually sins by, getting Eve to eat the apple, and he becomes the greatest devil of them all, and that is Satan himself. So, but keep that in mind, the anointed special one, the one who is God's most one with the brilliant light, is the one that becomes, the snake himself is the one that becomes the devil, if that makes sense. God was his first child, but the anointed one, a child of God himself, the cherub is what it's called, the anointed cherub, is what's represented by, the sun god. And what's a big thing that takes me back to the idea of light? The light always covering the darkness, or like eclipsing over the darkness, or the moon covering the light, like a lunar eclipse.
Wait, what is it?
I said a lunar eclipse.
What about it exactly? I'm sorry.
The sun's powers being darkened out and usually being snuffed out, like within any show, animation, things that we watch. So like just the eclipse of the sun, the darkening of the world.
Like we saw with the fight with Ace and Blackbeard.
Exactly.
Golfing, which one's gonna win?
Seraphim, sun, earth, rain, forest, moon. Oh, you might be. Why didn't I realize that when I did that with my video the other day? Because that's what I had. Wow. W, Matt. That's actually cool. Seraphim. It's kind of like a shortened version if you think about it. But we're kind of just also pushing the word seraphim into it, too. So. You think the Yami fruit is a clone of the Nika fruit?
That's pretty cool.
I do think it is a clone. I don't know if we want to call it a clone exactly, but I think it's just a direct copy of it, like the opposite of the Nika fruit.
We've been trying to figure out like if it's like a failed recreation. What if it's an extraction?
That's what I think exactly what I think it is. Like an extracted soul, part of the Nika fruit. Basically, they extracted a part of it, but not all of it. Like that's why Luffy has a part of that dark part, but not all of it. He's got to unlock it. He's got to
like how we were talking about, like how they're stacked on top of each other and like their respective, like.
Yeah.
And like the symbol of alchemy, rather.
Like the yin and one's black, one's white, and the yin and yang, they're starting to mix together, but like until they fully mix together and gain the powers of each other, we're not going to see them be at their full potential. And that's why I think we don't see Blackbeard whenever he goes night-night, because it's just Dark Nika. Like, he's just going crazy. Would
Somebody
Ace have...
said-
Oh, I don't think so.
Somebody said, hold on, I need to clarify something for somebody real quick. They're saying, like, because we're using the Bible for some stuff. I'm gonna say this. I grew up Christian, and I took theology in college. Ezekiel 28:14 is directed towards. It's where they talk about the anointed cherub and the creation of it and how it walks on fire, and all this stuff. And that's actually in the Bible for those questioning. 28:14, and it's in reference to, I think it's talking about the king of Tyre or Tyre, and because he believed himself to be God, and theologians do agree, or it is one theory of theologians that this is actually describing the birth of Lucifer or Satan. Just so we're all aware. Quell's not talking out his ass.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely using ancient Israelite text, too. And another, if you don't believe me, go look at the ancient Israelite symbol. It's a snake with wings. That's what they looked at as the seraphim, and I'm not kidding.
It's like, if you, like I said, Ezekiel 28:14 through 17.
I mean, I know what we're raised upon with the Bible and everything like that, but listen, like, there's deeper research you can find from ancient texts. Like, we all know pages of the Bible have been removed, especially the Book of Enoch, and that's well talked about and agreed upon. So,
the Dead Sea Scrolls themselves are still not public or not 100% publicly available. So,
let's break that in.
Those are some of. Yeah, all right. It's some of the most. Is it the first recordings of the Bible? I might be speaking incorrectly about that, but I've seen like the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Tabu, thank you for the follow over there, my friend.
Abusive.
I think the green bull is the missing Logia aspect of the Achika fruit. Yes, if I had to apply an Logia aspect, it would definitely be green bulls for sure. For the forest god fruit. I honestly don't think there's any other Logia aspect that fit the forest god fruit better than that. Now, I do think that every Logia ties back to one of the original 5 god fruits. And specifically why we would have more than 5 original Logias or 5 Logias there is because of that 5th god fruit, that moon god fruit, who could be any and everything, you know, lies to reality.
Horse!
Austin, thank you for the give me the heat. Oh, I appreciate that.
Would Ace have completed Joy Boy's mission if he got the fruit Luffy got? Probably not.
I think he'd have been even way cockier. Holy shit, been worse.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We might have not liked him,
like
honestly.
He might have awakened the fruit sooner, though. I feel like Nika would have been pretty cocky myself.
I mean, he had plenty of near-death battles fighting Whitebeard, so I mean, I can see it.
Exactly. And then right there at Marineford, like that one could have been where he awakened it. You know,
Hey man, he didn't even believe in himself. You know how? Can
I know you're right.
Nika?
You're right.
Come on.
Do you think the sword
you're right.
in Elbaf is imbued with Conqueror's Haki or any ability from Goku? 100%. I think it's the reason that the bottom of Elbaf is completely frosted and cold and frozen all the time. It's an underworld. I think it's solely because of that sword. It has the chills of the underworld that comes from that sword specifically.
Frostmourne.
And what does that sword have in it? Dead souls stacked upon dead souls.
Oh, it is Frostmourne.
Like, I'm not... oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see, like... Because we haven't seen the coloring for the sword. If it's encased in stone, makes sense. If it comes out of stone and it's black, makes even more sense. Will Luffy pull the sword out? Hell no. I see Ibu taking that thing out.
No.
Joe with the galaxy! Thank you!
I could almost see Loki walking by it and going, "What's this doing here?" And yeah,
That'd be cool to
dropping
see.
his hammer for the sword.
I mean, look, if you look in, like, the mirror, he's got, like, a pitchfork. So maybe... Oh, is that another galaxy, Joe? Poof! Thank you, my boy.
Good lordy.
For life, I
Sure, Seth.
appreciate you, my friend. Any ideas for Kobe's family, or does he get Conqueror? I see Kobe getting Conquerors. I think he already has it. I think we saw him displayed already. But I also think that Kobe's family themselves happens to be the Figurelands. Kobe's a Figureland blood if I had to pick a family for Kobe.
Horse!
Austin with 30, give me the heat. I appreciate you, my friend.
Nice.
Is
Joe's coming in with some goats. Oh no.
Yusef, I see your redeem question there, my friend. But Joe just dropped 30 goats. Joe, I appreciate you, buddy. What are you two doing right now? That's what I want to know.
Getting ramped up is what's happening.
Is Blackbeard's ability to like have more than one Dumb Food a special trait, or does it have to do with his declan lineage from a special family? I think it's a special trait that comes not specifically from his lineage, but what he is, and then is an amalgamation of different races. I think Blackbeard is a test tube baby, a science experiment, a forbidden child, essentially. That's what I've always thought of Blackbeard. So I know there's a lot of theories about Blackbeard coming and being born naturally and birthed naturally, being Rock's because he looks exactly like him. But the one thing I've noticed in One Piece, kids don't look nothing like their parents. So why does Blackbeard of all the kids look exactly like his daddy? Something's not right here. That dude's probably a science test. But also, the original warlords, everyone got their DNA collected and had a Seraphim made. Blackbeard was a part of those original warlords. Where's the Seraphim? Unless he is it. All he's missing is the wings, and it'd be perfect if, playing into the theory, holy fuck. Joe, thanks for the fireworks. Izzy, thank you for the lightning. But playing into the theory, Blackbeard comes, collects all the powers, awakens himself like the demon in the mirror, and gets those wings just for himself and awakens into the true Seraphim that Ian was trying to make recreate this entire time. But it's not Blackbeard in control. It's like a Through the Bark situation. It's like the Demon King waking up, or is the demon waking up, and Gekka Maria inside playing joystick controlling that motherfucker. Gekka Maria is just Emu inside of Blackbeard.
Blackbeard is a homunculus? Yes.
Yeah.
He was born through dark alchemy and abyss magic.
Austin with 7 goats. Thank you. Blinkyville. Wyatt, thank you for the reminder. I'm down. You know what, Ghost? I think it's the perfect time for you to, excuse yourself if you would like and, do a little,
Blink.
Yes, sir.
Blink a few times.
Blink a few times,
One second.
Wipe your eyes.
Blink if you need help.
I think Luffy's a hybrid human. Oh, yeah. Blink if you're okay. I'm blinking. What's up, Kev? How you doing, my friend? Wait. This is the perfect time to test if this works now. Get off of that, Evie. You come here. Get over here and lay down. You get off of that. It's got... I hate this dog sometimes. That's got pee all over it that you peed on and you're laying on it. That's not okay. Get off of it.
Oh no. He is not. I'm fine. I'm fine. My tolerance totally isn't at a all-time low since my college days. Like, not at all. If you ain't choking, you ain't toking, brother.
Oh my gosh, this dog.
Love that you both came back at the same time. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that, man. God.
Bobby Baba with the follow.
Bobby with the follow. I appreciate you, my friend.
Oh, I didn't even see. Thank you for following, Bobby. God dang it, Bobby.
Rox probably
Thank
didn't
you
have
for
to donate
following.
like anything. If anything, he probably left some hair in the throne room. Like
Literally
that's it.
could have
Or the fact that he was like seemingly invited up to the reverie, or was like part of a party that goes up to the reverie before he just caused a shit disturbance. Like it seems like the reverse of Blackbeard. Like he was legitimized, then lost it.
It does work.
Gained legitimacy. You know what I mean?
It seems like
Kev, I just gifted
did
you a
he
sub, my friend.
it was like he didn't go and make Pirate Island until afterwards. Did he?
Did he? Huh?
He didn't. Not that did he?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, he got the backing
Rock-
from the world government to go like the good graces of the government to go to Hachinosu, and then he's just like, we're just gonna take it over. We just don't
Okay.
want any trouble.
Because then that does raise the question: what state or like what royal level was he, or what? Who was he with in order to get into the reverie or get invited to the reverie? Was he a king already? Was he King Rock of something?
right?
King
Well,
Rocks
because
of
like
the
you have
world.
people like
Before King of
Psy,
Pirate
right?
Island.
Like he was up there. It seemed like.
Yeah, it's just that's what I liked. That's what I think. I don't know. Because it doesn't give reason for there to be all these kings and queen, or I guess just kings. I don't know. Do we see very many queens?
There
But
was like
anyway,
one or
all
two.
these, yeah, one or two. But like, we don't see very. It doesn't make sense for Rox to be among all of these royals and he not be a royal of some country or whatever first, unless they change the rules of what constitutes a king at the Reverie over the course of the last
Yeah,
50 years
because of him.
because of Rox. Yeah, like.
What up, Matt? How you doing, my friend?
Was Brooke truly a Holy Knight in his life before death? I think he was a Holy Knight candidate, or was going to be, and decided to go with the Rumbar Pirates. And I don't even know if he knew that he was a Holy Knight candidate.
Yeah, he's probably just an instructor that was being scouted.
Yeah, like I've said this before. I think a lot of Rook's past is based on his family having money and him having this relationship with his father. That's like, no son of mine is going to make music. He's going into the military, and like paid his way into the military, and that would automatically get an eyeball on him from somebody higher up. And if Daddy's money's paying for that, it could very well get him paid on as a candidate for being a Holy Knight. But instead, he wants to follow his dreams thanks to Gunko inspiring him, as well as him inspiring Gunko, and he decides to go off with the Rumbar Pirates and live a life of merriment.
Do you think Davy Jones's soul is in Zebek's sword? 1,000%, Matt. That's exactly what I think. I think part of his soul is at the end, not all of it. You saw me saying Ace's hockey is the same as Garp. I need context. It's not young Garp. It's old Garp and Prime Ace. And that should help you out a lot there. Is Zoro going to fight Mihawk before Emu or after in the Holy Land? I think that's going to come before. I think he's going to need to defeat Mihawk in order to defeat Emu. In order to be able to defeat Emu.
I could almost see Mihawk being sensible enough to fight alongside Zoro in the final war, though. I was like, I feel like Mihawk might be rational enough as a character to realize the severity of the situation and hold off the duel until after the final war.
Well, and he would say, if we're gonna have a duel, you're gonna survive this. So it's like I may as well just move this along with together.
That's kind of because just from a character perspective, that seems more like what Mihawk would do rather than challenge him to a duel right before this big war's about to pop off. And Mihawk will be directly involved because he's one of the leaders of Cross Guild, so he's got his own stakes in it too. He doesn't want to die before he gets a good duel in. That's how I see Mihawk, at least.
Yeah,
the gang's all here, but Drac, yeah, he's still on a boat.
Drac's in his coffin.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah.
I'm going to keep hitting him with that joke till he
Still
gets
too
his
bright.
butt back.
Blah.
Blah. How do you think Luffy will use Nika's demon powers the first time? Horribly. To destroy fucking everything. Like, you know how like the big thing and the big property of his power was lightning with the white powers? So the dark side, I'm assuming, is going to be fire. He's going to burn the shit out of Elbaf. Straight flames. So, yeah. I think that's going to be the big thing that comes with it. And it's not going to be Luffy really using it. It's going to be not Luffy in control. It's more so Nika in using the powers, and it's not really that he's trying to burn Elbaf down. He's fighting Emu and from the destruction, and that's what's going on. Like, it's just burning down. It's just the story of what happens.
Circumstantial damage.
Yep.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be a lot of, what is that word? There is a word for it. That
Collateral
kind of
damage.
Collateral damage, yes, collateral damage.
I don't know why I couldn't find the word either. Thank you. Fuck.
I was like, because I'm still of the idea of what I posted about a week ago with the overdrive theory that Nika's true form is going to come out, and it's going to be the giant that we see sketched in Road to Laugh Tale Volume 4. And that with that level of rubber manipulation at the scale of a giant, there's no way there's not going to be collateral damage with that amount of Conqueror's hockey that I believe is going to be pouring out of him. What we saw on Egghead with his with the red lightning like striking through the buildings and making them crumble and everything, it's going to make that look small.
Yo, Luffy might be getting that.
And that's why Fujitora is going to need to be locked in.
Luffy,
he's gonna have to be around, and instead of flinging meteors, he's gonna have to fling them out to space and stop bringing them down, put them back.
Exactly.
If Nika takes over and he grows giant, he's pulling that sword out of Elbaf.
Yes.
He's using that sword. If it's Nika inside the body and not Luffy, that sword is gonna be his. He's using it. He's not taking it to keep it, but he's gonna use it.
Gonna try and stab it somewhere else.
Through Emu, up there.
Actually, what if he tries to like put it in the hole in Ennie's lobby?
That'd be cool.
Let's try and plug this shit.
Why did Shimotsuki Kozaburou go to East Blue, and since Zoro has always been in East Blue, we can say he was born there? Why did these two families, Shimotsuki and Romanoa, go to the East Blue and establish an island there? If I'm not wrong, Oden had already written his journal about the wait for 20 years not too long before Zoro was born. So Zoro's 21, and also speak on Oden, how do you know it was... Okay, that's two questions. I got you. So, first of all, the Shimotsuki and the Roronoa clan are the two of the same clans, so the Roronoa clan is just... Actually, no, they're not. The Shimotsuki is a different clan than the Roronoa, which is... Zoro's father was Arashi. He married into the Shimotsuki clan with Zoro's mother, who was an actual Shimotsuki. So why did they leave with him? I would assume Zoro's father chose to leave with his mother. Love. That's probably the most simplest answer. But also... I have a theory revolving around the fact that there was a big incident that happened within Wano, and that was the fact that their legendary devil fruits went missing and they lost their capital. The legendary capital...
Chop a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why it does it in Discord, but yeah, they lost their capital. That capital being Fishman Island and the place being sunk. So, as the island was flooding, some of them chose to leave to sea, rather than staying there within Wano. I think they just had opposing deals of the country, trying to figure out what happened, what's going on, and how to fix the problem that was to come within the future. Some of them chose to just not to sit and wait.
I think there's a lot of, there's going to be a lot of we see a lot of instances of families splitting because of ideals in One Piece, and even in the, I think, is it the third world in the third world in the mural, it talks about the clan of the half moon and the clan of the full moon. I always have said that those were originally just the D clan as one, and their ideals split off. So that would be another amazing parallel to see that it relates back to Zoro's own family.
Oh yeah, I think it's just like two separate. They're all D clan members. It's just one that follows demons, one that chooses not to follow demons. So half moon, full moon, demon, half moon. Those who choose not to follow demons, but they have the powers of demons and still have demonic sides to them, so they can still do dark things.
Yes.
And it goes back to the fact that no matter what side you're on, there's no side that's just completely good. All sides have darkness within them. There's no completely good side. What did I mean by Luffy using Yoru like a paintbrush? Yoru looks like a paintbrush. I believe when Luffy gains that sword, by the time he gains that sword, it will literally have the ability of every devil fruit. And not just that. Luffy himself has the ability of every devil fruit, and just the power to turn imagination into reality. But it's going to be within the sword. So instead of it just being a black blade, it's going to be a red blade, an orange blade, a yellow blade. It'll change colors. Why? Because Mihawk's sword looks like a paintbrush for a reason. It is a paintbrush. If you look at the first opening of when they introduce devil fruits to you in the show, and they show you the cross. They show you a cross. They show you the devil fruits in a cross. Put that cross next to Mihawk's sword, which looks like a paintbrush. And that's just exactly what I believe is going to happen with Luffy at the end of One Piece. Same thing as Naruto at the end of Naruto when he got every freaking tail beast power. It's a common trope in anime. So I think the same thing is going to happen with Luffy, where he eventually does get every devil fruit.
We gotta say hi to my mom in chat. She popped up in TikTok.
Come on,
is that
she followed you?
Oh, I appreciate you. Follow. Thank you. I had no idea.
Said, hey.
Hello. How are you doing?
That's my mama. She watching us now. It's okay. You guys don't need to have a filter or anything. I promise. Not
Hey,
with her.
what do you mean? I'm a pretty filtered person all the time.
Yeah, I know. You're good. You're good. You
I've
know,
never said a swear
I'm
once.
not.
I've never said a
I'm not
swear
a very
word.
filtered. I'm not a very filtered person, and she knows.
Oh man, what do you think is special about Loki's hammer? Honestly, the most I could say is special about Loki's hammer is it looks like a poneglyph and has ancient text and ancient writing on it. But Loki, I mean, not Loki. I just called you Loki. E. Holy shit!
Just called you Loki. Loki.
It's because I'm smiling so much.
Well, I mean, E, what do you think, man? I'm not really too sure on that one there. But the most I have is it being a
I-
poneglyph with messaging on it.
I was gonna say I don't think there's much too special about Loki's hammer other than the poneglyph writing that I think is on it as well. Like I said earlier, I think it's just a weapon that he has. I don't think it's like his mainstay weapon. I feel like if he see, like I said earlier, I think he'll see the sword that's rooted in the tree, and he'll be like, "What's this doing here?" And may even be his, and he just pulls it right back. He put it there in the first place, pulls it right back out,
Oh yeah,
Like
100%.
I don't. I was like, but in terms of his hammer, other than the writing that is on it that could possibly point to something, I don't.
Something I just
I
know
don't think
something's
it's
not
very
right here.
special.
The hammer is the biggest sign to me that Loki's the one telling us everything right now. A lot of this information's BS. Why? Loki has 3 different hammers. I'm not bypassing that. I'm not. He had 3 different hammers, and by the time we get to where he is now, his hammer's just a big block. Something's not right. So,
Or just the fact that he was locked up with his weapon.
yeah, like why do you have your weapon? Like you locks up. You're so right, Ghost.
That's how you
locked
know
it up
it
with
was
his
a plan,
weapon.
right? Like here, we're gonna put the weapon behind you. No one's gonna notice. They're just gonna think it's another big rock.
And that's ridiculous to me too. That's a very good point. So like yeah, it's just a sense that like something's not right about everything in Elba, and I think Oda's gonna. That's what because Oda introduced us to the fact that everything's not what it seems. Why? We were in a giant glass fish tank. Okay, so imagine Elbaf in a glass fish tank, and things start to. Like if you look, like imagine looking through a bowl of a fish tank. Everything looks reflected. Everything looks Dami reversied, right?
Yes, sir.
And with that in context in mind, now things start to make sense why Elbab is where we meet Dami reversity. Oh, you slick son of a bitch. We
You know
got
what would piss everybody off? Is if none of this conflict ever happened.
Oh, bro.
Is if at the end of this arc, we get the veil lifted, just like in the mythology. Like this will play out just like the mythology that I've been fucking. So the giant Skrymir that we come upon when you go into the main part of the island as the party Thor and Loki, they try and smack him 3 times with a hammer and they can't do it. They tell him, go to the castle, go meet our king, which they meet Loki of the Outlands, which is literally Loki in our story, Loki of the Outlands, chained in the underworld, right?
Yeah.
He, instead of, just welcoming them, puts them under a whole bunch of tasks similar to the Whiskey Peak task, like a drinking contest, a couple other things here, lift this, but it was all under a glamour or a haze, right? How did we get into Elbaf? A sleeping mist. How did we wake up? Sleeping gasp. What else do we have? Green fairy. We're just fucked up.
That's about to say, like if you, like, remember, like, if
That
you
would
were,
be like people thought we were gonna time skip like through the end of like Egghead and stuff like that. What if we come back and none of this ever happened?
that would be, okay.
This was all just like a recreated story of like this is kind of what happened in the past or what could happen. This is a bad future.
Wait, are you saying, like, okay, are you saying specifically that what we're learning with, like, the conflict in Elbaf and the Holy Knight showing up is not real, or, like, just the backstory that we're getting right now with the rocks?
Everything.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
Oh, no. If everything in the present is bullshit, then everything he's telling us is probably bullshit too. Unless the only thing that is true is what's from the past, which it gives the present legitimacy, right? Like if you can convince people because of the past, this is why you're here, this is what's happening. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Duh. So then it becomes this whole Nami situation where everybody on the island knows, and they're just testing the Straw Hats. They're quite literally doing what I said 3 years ago. They're going to test the new Sun God.
Oh yeah.
If that's the case, right? It probably won't happen. That would be like
I-
10% chance. But if it did happen, oh my God, can you imagine the outrage?
I was gonna say when you
Awesome.
said
Thank you for the
this
crystal dreams,
conflict
my
never.
friend. You're good.
Oh yeah,
My bad.
thank you very much,
I
dude.
just
Oh,
want
no,
to say
you're
thank
good.
you real quick.
Thank him. Yeah, no, thank. I want to thank Austin too. Like shit. But
And I'm taking my
when
bowl.
you said take your ball, but like when you said this conflict never happened, like I imagined that's where the chapter ends and it's zoomed in on Emu Gunko, and it's like Emu has hit this wall on Elbaf fighting Luffy. They want to Lelouch Elbaf. This conflict never happened. They are going to just rain it down, and this is that. You want to talk about a test for the Sun God? Can he turn the entire island of Elbaf into just a giant rubber reflector?
Can he save us?
You know, can he save us? That
It
is what
becomes
I,
like the end of Fishman Island too, where like all of the fishmen are like, you know, still like feeling that prejudice towards like not just pirates but humans and stuff, but they're calling out for Luffy to save them. It's going to be the same sort of thing with like the giants, like, you know, puny humans, blah blah blah.
but it would solidify the idea, like who is Nika, the creator or the destroyer, the freedom fighter or the oppressor? You know, I was like, which side of the story is true? Is he the savior?
Well,
Like,
you know
this is
what's-
his moment to prove it.
Well, you know what's
Yep.
missing to me?
What?
What the fuck is in Sun Realm?
The observatory, the literal like
observatory.
the elders watching what's happening and assessing the Sun
Like-
God.
Like I mean, obviously, like we
This
have
is like
ideas.
the Truman Show right here.
Like for real.
They're the executives up in the office going, make a decision.
How does the
Just a bunch of
erasure of
jerks.
Lelouch affect the next few chapters of One Piece? I'm just positing because Ghost said that. I love the idea that Emu gets fed up and just wants to use the ancient weapon on Elbaf to just say, you know, fuck it.
Yeah,
Kill
like there's
everybody.
going to be a great deal of stuff that is.
I can get new
happening, but I think
Brings the
pulling the
Holy
rug
Knight
out.
back, like
pulling the rug out and showing that like half of what happened didn't actually happen the way it happened would be very interesting, right? Like flashback to actually what happened in the invasion of the Holy Knights was like actually like a pathetic excuse of just like some ragtag crew of misfits like just trying to infiltrate. They like have like one person tied up and they're running away like really crappy cartoon bandits, and people are just like, what are these idiots doing? It's basically like Frankie catching caribou on the Sunny, but on like it's just the Holy Knights. Like, we see you. But the Straw Hats are so messed up on all the Green Fairy and everything. They're just taking it so seriously. They're like, what's going on, guys? We gotta go. That's why Usopp's so brave. Visually, he sees there's no threat, but in his mind, he knows.
He
there's a
knows the threat that's there, and it's massive.
I would love to just see everything just.
What will Sanji look like if he gets Diamond University, and how will it happen? I think he'll just look the same. If anything, his hair will change color to like black, and like maybe if anything, he'd have his Whole Cake Island outfit on. He'd be wearing, normally Sanji wears all white, so he'd be wearing all white, but he'd have black flames to him, and then his eyebrows would be flipped towards the inside. Towards the outside, showcasing that he's evil.
It'd be really funny if his hair changed color, and that's what kind of like snapped him back into reality. Is like him noticing his hair change. He's like, no, and that like just keeps knocking him back into like just being regular Sanji.
I think if we see Sanji get Diamond University, which I do think is going to happen, we're not going to even see him come back into reality. Like, we're going to lose Sanji this arc, and that's what's going to cause Luffy to even, turn towards that dark side. Because the whole thing, I think, with Nika is he's been waiting for Luffy to lose full subconscious. Like, basically, Luffy has to die in order for Nika to take control of the body. So he died in Wano, he got close, but the next time, if Luffy dies again, essentially, that's where Nika can come out. The darkness comes out to play. But I'm also pretty sure, like, the powers are going to look different. Like, okay, so you know how with Luffy's, like, white powers, right? Like, the form, it flows upward. I would assume with the darkness, it's going to, like, melt downwards and, like, flow downwards. It'd be opposite. snap back to reality. Perfect. Perfect analogy. Wasn't really going for that, but like it worked out perfectly.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't go down. That is he won't.
Oh yeah, well that's what I think exactly going to happen. Sanji still has yet to fully awaken his German genes, so that Damiaverse is going to help him, and no one's going to be able to beat him. Not Luffy, not Zoro. He'll be pretty broken. You're under assumption that Luffy can now change any color in Gear 5. I think he can too. I've always said that Luffy can be Rainbow Luffy at some point, but I don't think that'll come till Gear 7. Because we've already seen him go into red.
We saw him go into red and Egghead whenever he snapped at Bonnie. Was it? Yeah, snapped at Bonnie real quick. I'm still, like I said, because of what Doflamingo says in Dressrosa with, I'm so angry that all that's left for me to do is laugh. And then he created the smile fruits, which turn all negative or all positive emotion into crying. Or all negative into emotion into crying, or whatever. Yeah, makes everybody cry. I'm still of the idea that Luffy is going to see something traumatic happen, and it's going to let Nika come out to play a little bit. Not in the sense that he's going to become this like murderous, mindless monster or anything, but in the sense that he's going to get bigger the more, and he's going to laugh louder, and it's going to be because he is so angry and so upset. And then we are going to see just how big that smile and how loud that laugh can get.
Well,
I think that's when he's going to turn into his giant form and be the massive sun god that I think is being depicted in the mural.
Who will be the strongest of the Damiaverse Straw Hats? Chopper.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, the Damiaverse Straw Hats. Actually, Chopper wouldn't be Damiaverse. He's kind of just. Oh wait. We have Nami, Usopp. Well, Chopper is supposed to be. No, it's Nami, Usopp, and Sanji. So. Usopp. Demon King blood. Maybe Sanji, though. I don't know. Sanji would be pretty broken, too. Joe.
Usopp and Chopper definitely would be like top 2 in strength.
Hey Joe, we're waiting for that E edit. We're waiting for the E edit and the Ghost edit. We can't wait. We already got the Quell and Croc edit.
He told me the song he's using, and I'm excited.
Smile fruits change sorrow and sadness unto a smile, the tears being the flaw. They change sorrow and sadness into a smile, the tears being the flaw. Yeah, but like, where are you going with that, Ishmael?
It's like I think he's referring to what I was saying, but I need to kind of. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you're saying with that either myself, but are you saying that he'll be crying as well? Because yes.
1 second here.
Like I don't know exactly what we mean by the flaw. I apologize. I imagine it's going to be like E&D and Fairy Tail. Yeah, Fairy Tail is my first anime. That's kind of the idea behind it. Yeah, awakens after So the main character, for those of you who haven't seen Fairy Tail, he turns out to be this incredible weapon. Thanks, one of his friends died, and that's when the twist happens that we really learn like how powerful this weapon is and that it is him. And he becomes this like unstoppable force of magic for a moment because he just thought one of his friends died. And so that's kind of how I see it with Luffy. And that's really funny because Natsu and Luffy are very similarly coded. W Fairy Tail for real. That's a fact. If you can get past the fan service, it's really just, I think it's a great anime.
I couldn't tell if he was just being extremely still or if he was frozen.
Is
He's
he?
frozen.
He's frozen. Oh no. Quell got Buster called, guys. Quell just himself. Ugh, the poor man. Why get past the fan service? Well, if it just depends on if you like the fan service or not, I guess. It's like most people have to get past the fan service, so that's what I say. I was like 14 or 15 when I first watched Fairy Tail, so I can tell you that I was not trying to get past the fan service. It is very excessive. That is true. Especially, yeah. And fun fact for those of you who don't know, Urza Scarlet is voiced by Luffy, Colleen Clinkenbeard. So she's if you, I was I was conditioned from a young age to love One Piece, love Luffy. Could Adomi Reversi maybe take away smile fruit effects? I think it would just reverse smile, not like it would just become the opposite, right? So they would laugh and it would make them angrier, or they would feel positive emotions and it would make them angrier.
Or it would just make it more abominable.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Make it more frown fruits.
Like,
Yes,
like think of the
frown
guy
fruits.
like Giraffe Man.
Yeah, there we go. Since D-Clan members smile in the face of death, that might be the relation. I mean, I've gone over that. I think I've talked about that a little bit. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that, honestly, but it's like, yeah, they do that. They just do that. They run headfirst into all the danger that they possibly can. They laugh in the face of death, and that's what Nika seems to be the best at.
Well, I'm gonna miss you, Quill.
I know. He's dead.
What is
He
happening?
did. He did. I don't know, man. So I'm just trying to.
I think
keep
what's
it going.
crazier is that like his stream is still going.
Yeah, I know his stream is going, so he's probably trying to figure out a way to fix it without stopping the stage and everything at the same time. But yeah, he got
It's just
he got
impressive that it
totally.
didn't just like auto turn off his stream.
I
Like
no, for real. Poor Quell. Quill got hit with the mother flame. He got Lelouched, guys. There was never a Quell.
yeah, Florida never existed.
Florida got Lelouched the entirety of it. When is the next live? The next live for Theory Piece will be on Tuesday around, I think we start on like 8:30 on Tuesdays. We're trying to do it starting later on Fridays just because more people can come in on Fridays since it's the weekend and all that good stuff. But on Tuesdays we try to start a little early mostly because we work. If Quell comes back, it's not Quell. You might be right. He got replaced. He got replaced by a Seraphim.
Look at his eyebrows. Tell him to lift his dreads.
Oh, which time zone? EST, Eastern Standard Time. Quell, who's that? Never heard of him. Exactly. When do you guys think Emu will realize Nami is an Arona? Will Emu kidnap her? Here in the next couple of chapters is when I would believe that would. I think Oda's going to do that thing he does where he stuffs like 2 to 3 big things into a chapter at once.
Yeah.
when we get back to Elbaf, and part of that is going to be eventually, I would say within the next 5 chapters, honestly, with how Oda's writing this flashback. But that Emu will realize that Nami is part of the Nerona line and take her. We've talked about this a couple of times that there needs to be some kind of rescue arc, and Nami is the prime candidate for that because of a lot of cover stories that depict her as being this lost child or a missing child. Do you remember the ones off the top of your head, Ghost? You're really good with cover stories.
Depicting her as not so much like the color spreads and stuff like that. I'm more just like the actual like the story ones that
Okay, I got you.
than the actual like individual like custom ones.
I got you. And then her, Nami having this natural affiliation with children that we see her trying to care for them on Punk Hazard, and her really caring that they're lost and that, sympathizing with them because of who she is. And her upbringing and what has happened to her. And I think part of her upbringing was most likely that she ended up with her adoptive mother because she was of royal blood and was kidnapped from her previous island, and
Speaking of kidnapped,
to
what's up,
Bellamy.
Quill?
Yes, welcome back. Well, you got Buster called, brother.
I did.
And yes, I am the ghost from last night, Adrian.
Yes,
Divine
yes, that's the ghost who comes into my
Yes,
streams.
mom.
Thank
It's
you
not just me.
for the Dolphins. Joe, oh, that's a lot. Joe, that is a lot of TGIFs coming in. Oh my god! But it is Friday, so holy shit! Thank God it is Friday. Evil Quell be like crocodiles not enjoyable. Listen, you won't find me saying that. Listen, you know what boosted my confidence? It's like 1
Hope
a.m.
you're cutting out again.
You know what boosted my confidence? It's like 1 a.m. E comes in the Discord and he's like, Quell. I gotta tell you something. I was reading Peter Pan, and crocodiles joy boy. I flipped the top. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to fucking hear.
And then I followed it up with Idomi reversing the story, and I was like, yeah, he's got it. like, you got it. You got it, man.
Oh man, that's what we love to see, though. Different
Evil Quell
avenues.
will be like crocodile is not Joy Boy. That's when we know the doppelganger's here. When he starts denying that theory.
If I ever make fun of Chopper, that's how you know. That's how you know. I will never sully the goat. When
Evil
do you
yard
think Emus-
checkpoint. I got you, Joe.
When do you think Emu is going to realize that Nami's in Arona? Will Emu kidnap her? If not, when she gets Nami reversing, would she kidnap her? Yes. I believe Nami is a part of the people that might get kidnapped within the Straw Hats too. I see another Straw Hat separation here. Not all the Straw Hats, but some of them going missing. And I got about 3 of them. Now, they're all going to be separated for sure, but by separated, some actually gone from Elbaf, and the other ones in different realms of Elbaf. So some down in the Underrealm, some in the Holy Realm, not the Holy Realm, but in some realm, some in the middle.
Yep.
That's the question I was answering when you came back.
I specifically think Luffy, Nami, and Sanji are going to get kidnapped and taken to the Holy Land. Robin, maybe even too.
Austin just spamming the gifties.
Chili
Austin, I
is in
appreciate
the-
you with the chili,
Austin
the
is
you're
in the-
awesome, and the
wow.
goat. Thank you, my friend. That's a theory I need to post and re-update, by the way. I mean, I already posted it, but need to do a re-updated theory because TikTok wants to try and do its best to suppress me, but we're going to fight the algorithm. Algorithm can kiss my behind. Oh, by the end of Elbaf, if he gets Nami reversing, yes. I think Sanji already has it, though. It's in his foot. He just hasn't used Diablo Jambe yet. Once he uses Diablo Jambe, then we'll see his Kakurasaki come back. Come into play. He just hasn't used that attack. Ricky with the Galaxy. Thank you. You guys getting like gift battles here? What's going on? I appreciate you guys, though, for sure.
Exactly what's happening, man.
We love to see it. Oh my, we just jumped to 6,000 out of 10,000. We're almost about to break that goal for therapy tonight, too. We'd love to see it, my friends. We do that, we're at a hype train. We're at a TikTok hype train, even though it doesn't exist, but we're going to make one tonight. How will Crocodile be of help in the future? Honestly, the way I see Crocodile helping in the future is to take down the Holy Land and the world government and the Celestials. That's my
He
biggest
can
thing. Go ahead.
Turn the red line to sand.
Austin with the Thank God It's Fridays, Divine with the goats, and Austin with the Gimme the Heats. I got you, my friend. We're spitting on as much heat as we can right now, my friend. We got you.
Absolutely.
Yusef, I see you over on Twitch. You got, if Luffy is the one, actually, am I reading that? Yeah, if Luffy is the one that brings dawn, Zoro would be the moon shadow that cuts darkness to let light shed. If that's true, how could that parallel the Nika, like, who would be,
Who would that be, Nika?
Who would that be?
Who is Nika Zoro?
Oh, who is Nika Zoro? Baby Jones. That's my thoughts. Like, if you want the name specifically, Gonu, his brother. I don't think Nika had like a. If we go all the way back to the story of Nika himself, I don't think he had like a full crew. And to give you a better example of what I mean, like going back to the times of Nika, there are shows, and this is spoiler free for you, E. There are shows like Black Clover that tell you the history that dates back to there's ancient history, but they never expand on that history whatsoever. Like in Black Clover, you'll learn that they tell you there's ancient history, but they will never expand on it in the show whatsoever. I don't even know if they're going to expand on it in the manga yet. They probably will at some point, but Same thing applies to One Piece. And that's the fact that we have 5,000 years of history dating back, but we only got 1,000 years with that mural. And that's what we're researching. Everyone's looking at only 1,000 years of history right now. And more recently, 100 years back with Rocks the Yzabek's crew. So if you think about it, there's still a whole nother 5,000 years of context. So when I talk about Nika himself, I'm going all the way back to that 5,000 year point, to the very beginning when you're asking about Nika. And that's the context I try and give you guys so you can understand that when I talk about Nika, Nika's not the same as Joy Boy that came during the Void Century, and then as the Luffy that is Joy Boy now. Random guy, I hope you're having a good night or / day too, my friend. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Who is Nika's Nami? I mean, that would definitely be Emu, if anybody. That would be my guess, too. Now, the name for them, I had Namu, but that's another story. Buggy playing a part in the end of the story? What do you guys think about Buggy?
He's going to definitely be more important in the race to the One Piece than anything Marijois like related.
That's what I was thinking.
I've said this before. It comes down to the conflicting ideals or ideas in Cross Guild. Mihawk doesn't really have like a set goal. He's just looking for a really good duel. Crocodile wants Pluton, and then Buggy wants the One Piece. And so I've always imagined it as Buggy finally standing up for himself against the two of them and going off on his own to go get the One Piece while they go to Marijois and see what the hell's up. Like Buggy is not, but because I imagine it as like the Straw Hats are gonna get back to the Holy Land, and that's gonna make news really quick. And Buggy's gonna be like, well, they wouldn't be at the Holy Land without the One Piece, and so that's one thing that he could do is go to the Holy. That would be an excuse for him to go to the Holy Land. Be like, well, they wouldn't go there without the One Piece, right? Of course. And so he would go to see what the One Piece is, and so on and so forth. But the more likely idea for me is that he would finally stand up for himself, take his crew or as much of his crew as he can, and go find the One Piece himself.
That makes the most sense. That Buggy goes and just pulls it off while everybody else is fighting and battling. And by the way, Toby, thank you for the hat and mustache and the lemon coat that came. And the backing monkey, what that you just said? Thank you, my friend.
Like the little symbol thing.
Yeah, the symbol monkey. Just the name for it's correct. Backing monkey. Okay, backing. I don't
But like Buggy as a character is like building up to this moment where he finally needs to stand up to himself or for himself against all these people who are just constantly putting him down. Just from a narrative perspective, I was like, he has just been under constant confusion and being put down by Mihawk and Croc, and all his words being taken out of context. He needs to finally have a moment in the narrative where it's like, I'm Buggy the goddamn clown. Let me do what I'm going to do. I'm going to be king of the pirates. I'm one of the four Yonko. Yeah, let me do what I'm here to do.
Yeah, Toby, thank you for that dragon crown. That was cool. That was fun. That was funny.
All while he's missing a tooth and he's got a contusion.
I mean, if you think about it, dude, Buggy's like, he just seems like the person who's got he's like the one he's got no luck on his side, but he's the one who's going to end up with everything, but everything still ends up going his way. He doesn't have any luck, if that makes sense. Like, in this situation, in the moment, luck is never on his side, but later on, luck comes to help him out. Like, Alvida being there to help him, take him to his body, his crew members being right there with happening to be with his body, him showing up at the perfect time to save his crew members when they're fighting over who's going to be captain. Like, luck helps him after he fucking fails, not before. Which is what I find funny about Buggy, because for Luffy, it would help him before, but for Buggy, it's the opposite, and that's why I talk about Buggy being that dark version, that dark sun god version of Luffy.
Buggy pulls up to Laugh Tale, and his ship starts sinking, but he's the first to make it to Laugh Tale.
Atticus, we got corn, I'm new here, a donut, and some music on stage from Austin. Oh, there was 24 of those. Thank you, my friend. 2-4. Wow. Kobe, definitely.
In honor of Ace.
In honor of Ace. You're all good, King. You're all good, my friend. Even though, yeah, you're an hour and 30 minutes late. We won't say anything this time, but, we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
I think Bartolomeo will play a big role because didn't Bartolomeo get sent down by Yasop?
Well, he's not dead.
I don't think he's dead, though, yeah. I don't think he's coming back.
Huh.
I don't think anyone
If
is.
it didn't happen on,
I mean, if
it
that
didn't-
killed Barto and his crew, then Kid's definitely dead.
Yeah, and I think it's very big that they
Like-
didn't show us like Barto himself because like I wouldn't be surprised if he used
I
a
was about
barrier.
to say if it's not on panel, then it didn't happen.
Yeah, like,
I
You know what I
I
mean?
understand. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I do think Kid went down personally, but
What do we got here on Jid Twitch? What is that? Oh, do you think of the missing Logia abilities for the God fruits? Well, okay, so the Forest God fruit would have Green Bull's ability. Luffy's fruit is Blackbeard's. That's the Logia fruit that is missing. Who else are we missing? Rain God, their ability. Robin has that ability. So, I mean, the ability is just like water. We haven't really seen. The ability's not missing. It just hasn't been brought out yet, essentially. So that would be the ability of the Rain God. Something to do with water. Rain manipulation. If anything, it's Aokiji's ability, just overchanged over time. Because Aokiji's ability is just to manipulate cold. So if he could apply cold to things, he should be able to remove it. So that being, if like, say Aokiji created ice, he should be able to remove that from the ice and turn it into water. No?
he should be able to what? You kind of cut out there.
Aokiji, like if he had ice and he were to like form it around something, he should be able to manipulate to the point where he can release that ice and turn it into water. Because he is the the Chocho fruit. He doesn't actually have the like ice fruit. He's manipulating the cold. Is Green Bull's a clone? No, definitely not a clone of the Forest God. Definitely not. That's not what I believe.
I still can't concede that like his is just based on cold, because there's two other Paramecia fruits that are temperature related. If his is just temperature related, he'd be a Paramecia.
I know.
It is ice. I know.
That's what I'm just saying. Like Oda calling it the cold fruit. I feel like Chocho was him leaving room for him just do it. It was him leaving room for him to do whatever the fuck he wanted. Like we know it should be ice technically, but like the way it works and the way Oda's been using it, like Oda left room for himself to fuck
Well, it's
around.
like the rumble.
Yeah, like him being like exactly. He used that name, like the sound of it. Okay, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. He's not creating rumble. He's creating lightning.
Exactly. Yeah, true.
So it's like the same concept.
The missing limbs might be a sign for. Or am I? Did I skip over
Like the
something?
correlation between like his and Robin's fruit. I
Oh,
guess, the
okay.
growing of limbs, the loss of limb. That's what I'm assuming. Anyway,
What's good, Pam? How are you doing tonight?
if I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, that was who Ghost was talking about. Someone who was a temperature type fruit. I mean, I would assume so. He's talking about oven who can apply.
Yeah,
he's
the
gotta-
oven, and then there's that filler fruit that has like the exact same thing, the hot.
Oh, the big tubby dude in the tub. No, that was him, right? Yeah, him. You know what? That's a great filler arc. That's right before Thriller Bark, and like those two twins. Oh man, those two had me going. I was like, dude, these two motherfuckers. Like, they're giving me like deja vu of like Nika, Gomu, like two twins they could combine together. They were like red and blue magnet. Like, come on.
What do you guys think the odds are that Buggy and Rocks are related?
Pretty high.
Pretty damn.
I think it's pretty high. I think it's kind of like Schrodinger's son at this point. It's like he both is and isn't until the panel is revealed, because there's a lot of narrative evidence and that he is, and the glaring similarity between their wanted posters, and then there's just the surface level, just like he wouldn't have two sons. Like, come on now. So just choose what you want to do. But I think the likelihood is very high. Blackbeard and Buggy.
I would
then,
agree with you,
different
Huntley.
moms. I would say different moms. Blackbeard's just an amalgamation of different pieces of different races' DNA. I feel like.
Yeah.
And then Buggy would be like a naturally born person.
Yep. Like 2 years later, naturally born.
Exactly.
Force!
Like Blackbeard is the created Messiah, and then Buggy is the only begotten son.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate you.
He's false prophet who falls into the throne.
See, it's Jesus. Oh no, Luffy is Lucifer, Blackbeard is the Antichrist, and Buggy is Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh lordy.
Oh man.
If they're brothers,
So
you know, Antichrist and Jesus, that's almost more perfect, right?
True.
Zebek and Genghis Khan might have a lot in common. That's right, Ish.
What's Aokiji's
Damn
role
right.
in the final war? If it were to be anything, defeating Lafitte. That's who I think he'd fight. Lafitte, I think he has a clone ability, so the best thing to go against that is Colt. Slow his ass down. He's always watching. Make sure he can't see. Freeze him. Snowstorm. Or ice storm.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how many clones you have if you can't move any of them.
Exactly.
We're gonna have like a little mirage moment, I'm sure, between Luffy and Emu, and then he's gonna hit them squarely the first time, and then Emu's gonna lock in, and then totally wash them. It's kind of like with Mr. 3 on Little Garden when he was setting up all his little like wax clones and whatever, and then Luffy just knew instinctively where he was.
That's a fact.
Buggy gives Wizard of Oz type mythology. If I was trying to think of a character that parallel to him, if I was first one that came to mind was the Wicked Witch of the West, the Spider Monkeys, but and I don't know why. But
my first instinct was from Return to Oz, the Gump, just like a mishmash of all these things to create like a flying like sleigh, but that's also Chopper.
would I invest in Buggy or Usopp stocks? Neither. I don't be invested in stocks. Actually, yeah, I do. Choppers, but like I'm prejudiced, so it's different. Choppers might go.
Usopp is beautiful.
Green Bull versus Chopper. Chopper awakens and says, "Nah, I'm the forest god," and then proceeds to what Green Bull says.
I can see it.
Usopp uses him as an axe and chops down Green Bull. Confirmed.
Well, Chopper's name is Tony Chopper, so he has antlers that are made for chopping down trees. So he's a perfect match for Green
That's
Bull.
the point. That's the point.
Plus, Green Bull grows
Guys
his
do some
plants.
weed whacking.
Well, he grows his plants through the ground. Chopper can dig through the ground. So how do you get rid of the plants? You dig them up. He's perfect for it.
What's up, Florida man?
What up, Florida? How you doing, my friend? Ah, dude, something's wrong with my goddamn shoulder. Holy crap. Crap hurts.
What happened? Like, just sitting there and it tweaked, or did you do something earlier?
I have no idea, dude. All I know is like I moved a little bit. I was like, damn, that hurts. And I just put my arm out. I was like, oh wait, my arm actually hurts right now. On my shoulder.
It's not no good.
Oh, dude.
You should get the One Piece manga Tony Chopper card. You don't think I'm trying? It's not just like I'll go buy it. I've been trying. Don't you worry. Who defeated the original Moon God and how is it done? Joy Boy. Well, the original for Nika, but they cut off his head. It's a pretty simple way to answer that. That's the full theory summarized for you, but yeah. If you want to parallel Nolan and Skypiea cutting
Stabbed
off
him through the back 4 times. You know, if we're gonna get specific,
Well, if you think about it, Susanoo cutting off the tail, he got to the 4th tail. That's where he found the legendary sword. Because Yamato no Orochi had 8 tails.
We were talking in chat after Theory Piece the other night, and we were talking about how it could have possibly been that Reverse Mountain is like the open wound from getting stabbed through the stomach with a spear, and that's where Nika left. Remember how I talked about on Tuesday, like where did Nika leave his spear? It's still under Reverse Mountain. It's the water spout. Like it is the open wound that's gushing open. Like still.
Yeah, it's like the
to this
anime
day.
blood spurt.
Oh,
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
been going since the fucking Void Century.
Exactly.
This is a great question. Indian Laboon lore. Yeah, so in Hindu mythology, there was this great divine will that said to fly across the cosmos and basically churn the ocean of milk and bring out the elixir of immortality that humanity is supposed to make. And we parallel that back to Queen Lily specifically, and I just made that shit up. No, I actually don't have anything about Laboon at all. I was just kidding.
No, that was good. The only parallels that I can think of to Laboon in general in my head off the top is the giant whale in Pinocchio, Monstro, I believe that's what it's called. And just because Oda is a fiend for Disney movies, Peter Pan, The Little Mermaid, and now I'm kind of assuming Pinocchio with how he does Laboon, but also the giant fish that ate Noah, not Noah. Oh my God, Jonah. Thank you. My grandmother would backhand me. But yeah, the big fish that ate Jonah in the Bible and held him for however long.
Something to do with the number 10. 10 days? Why, I don't know. Or 3 days and 4 nights or something like that. It had something to do with that. Why? Because I remember specifically, I was like raised in the church, in the Baptist church. Reading the Bible, there were not many interesting stories, but that was one that interested me the most. Him getting swallowed by a fish. I was like, wow, he got ate by a fish? Big fish? Was it like a big monster? Who'd it come from? Like, I was all interested in that damn fish, but yeah.
All the other stories, get away. Tell me about that fish.
Tell me about that fish, though. I eventually came to find interest in the other ones. Oh, dude, the power of it is funny. I mean, that whale thing just came to mind. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put a little joke here. I don't know, just kind of say, whatever comes to mind, I'm going to say it. Fucking say it.
This is an interesting compound question. What do you guys think about Labubu and how the Soviet Union, like Russia, has Jesus depicted not white? I'm like, I don't care if Jesus isn't white. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
That sounds
I have
correct.
no opinions about Labubu.
Yeah, Labubus are weird. I can't get into them.
Not my thing. Not my thing. I can collect One Piece figures, not stuffed dolls of creepy troll monsters. Not my thing.
I
Sorry.
would say I have about 3 different Gear 5s. I've got one Funko Pop behind me. Like, oh no, now I'm lagging.
Someone would ask something funny like, "Oh, you'll buy One Piece figures, but you draw the line in the little boo boos." Yes, 100%. Line drawn, X marks the spot. Don't cross it.
Yeah, I don't need the one and only 24 karat Labubu. All right.
Dude, I saw someone with One Piece Laboos. Someone sent them to me too. Don't send me these. I don't want these things. What are those gonna do for me?
Ew.
Do you think there's a Chopper
Wink, wink,
Laboo?
booger.
It doesn't matter. That's not Chopper. That's Dopper. You see that thing's mouth? That's the Chopper would never look that hideous.
Yeah,
Those
that's
things-
Dropper.
That's Dropper. It's just New Age Beanie Babies, like probably. Yeah, I figure like it's like to me that's like silly bands in high school or like middle school. Like kids were crazed over it. Nah, this is an adult craze. All right, whatever. I don't want to join. Chomper is funny. Chomper because his teeth. I like that. Do you think the Holy Land is in? No. Not at all, my friend. I don't think so. I think Borders Kingdom is a completely separate place. Will Law get his hat back? That's actually a good question. Did we see Blackbeard actually take the hat? Well, no, Law never came back and picked it up, so he definitely has it. So, will he get it back? Yeah. I feel like he's going to stab Blackbeard in the back to get it back, too. So it's going to be like a Virgo, parallel to Virgo, like a Give Me My Heart Back scene.
I wonder if they only need like blood or something to actually replicate who they want to replicate as far as Devon goes. And it was just kind of like happened upon Saturn and didn't have to like
Rip.
just
Thank
get
you.
like portion of him or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the anime they made it more apparent that he stared at the blood and got like excited. He's like, ah, cool, like this is good. This is good news. I have his hat and his blood. So then the next law that we see coming upon Luffy might actually be Devon.
You think Chopper has a mythical zone? I would agree with that. This dog's not a fart, dude. Holy crap. Oh, man. R.I.P. Corazon. Yeah, very sad death right there. I would agree with that. When I'm saying I would agree, the death didn't hit me as hard until I rewatched One Piece, I think, at my second time. And I was like, oh, shit, this death is sad as fuck. Oh, my God. Corazon's death did suck. Vivi's got. I have beef with Vivi. Like that's not beef. That was Hercules who farted that time. Vivi, you haven't even seen her pop on the camera. She's just being shunned today. She bit the head, dude. I mean, I can't be mad about it because like I guess I'm true Chopper now. I mean, Chopper did technically lose this specific antler, so had it reattached.
You know, the canon events.
This is a
Canon event
This is a
for
canon
real.
event for Chopper, so like it had to happen. But like Vivi. Yeah, I don't know. Me and her have beef right now. But I didn't get to show the stream. Ghost, I don't even know if you've seen it. I don't actually, Ghost, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. New Chopper backpack.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
Best part about it, though, that's actual fur. And it's soft as shit.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool damn backpack. Will I ever use it? Probably not. But, well, you know, it exists.
Is my camera still doing whatever for you guys? Okay, I'm gonna dip real quick and see if I can fix it and hop back in.
You're perfectly fine, my friend. I was just about to let you know that we're also getting ready to wrap up here anyways. We're hitting our 2-hour mark, so we'll wait till he comes back and
Let him join back in and immediately leave again.
Devil Fruit does Blackberry go after an X? That's a good question. I haven't really thought about that yet. Hello, E.
There we go.
I would like to let you know, my friend, that we have hit the 2-hour mark, my friend. We're good to...
Oh, cool shit.
Well, technically, hour 50, so we can... Know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, I gotcha. We can start winding down.
Give us a theory on the spear Nika's depicted with in Skype. I don't think it's a spear. I think it's a staff, and I think it's a magical staff, specifically. Any further than that, I can't say anymore, because my theory on what the staff is, yeah. It ties into another theory.
If we're going symbolic, then the spear and the sword are Sanji and Zoro, respectively.
Yeah.
Yes, if we're going symbolic. I think it's the weapon that he used to formally defeat the Hellflame Serpent, and he left it in.
Me too.
As a wound.
And I specifically think that weapon is to be used for something very big in the future. But I can't say. But Ghost, E, you should know. It's what the One Piece is, so it's used for, that shit.
Got you.
Ah, yes. Oh, look at this, like...
Now, besides that, for everyone...
What's happening? Or it's like a portal.
For everyone who's come and hung out and joined with us, we appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out for Theory Piece. We're starting to really up the viewers here consistently about our Theory Piece and get up there. But with me being gone for a bit and Ghost not posting for a bit, we got to pick up the slack here. E's been picking up the slack for us heavy, big, and we appreciate him. We appreciate him big time. But we're going to catch back up, get back into Theory Piece, getting the community back here to hanging out and chatting. And expect us here as usual. Today's Friday. We got Theory Piece next Tuesday. We're going to try and probably start... Holy fuck. We're going to probably try and start starting later, you guys. So that's probably around like 9 p.m. Okay. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the attempt here. But we get there early, so if we're just ready to go around 8:30, you might see the live pipe on. You guys will get the notification, though, as usual. Ghost, I leave it to you two, my friend.
No, I'm good. Just thanks again for showing up and showing out. making it fun every time.
Thank you guys for coming in. I always appreciate it. I enjoy the opportunity to even be up here. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us. And as always, remember your ABCs. Always be calm, always be cool, and everybody have a good night.
Oh, and one final thing. We should be having E. We got to get your logo done. So be ready for E's Theory Piece logo to be coming out soon. You guys saw Drax recently. Drax's logo actually just got updated, so you guys are going to see his completed logo. Then you're gonna see Ghost's updated logo. Then you're gonna see my new logo. And then we got E's logo coming out. Then we're gonna get a new Theory Piece team logo. And then potentially within that time, we may add a 5th member. We're looking into it. We'll see though. But for now, just expect the normal 4 of us just here hanging out with you guys. We got to go find Dracula though somewhere, Mr. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But until
We
then,
got a Dragon Black here.
Until then, my friends, we appreciate you guys for coming by, and we will see you guys next Theory Piece on Tuesday.
It's your boy Drac. We'll come back here with some more theories, more speculation. So let's go ahead and lock in.
Y'all got time for a theory?
Well, if you ask me, it's not outside of the realm of possibility to say that.
Let's theorize for a second.
Brain is in flames, you got time for a theory? Thinking about the One Piece? We can heed your query, hear me now, listen up, gather round the campfire. Is it Oda or a metaphor, a parallel or satire? Chopper is a god, Narona, Emu is a catfish.